Van Dyke Show. Starring Dick Van Dyke, Rosemary, Maury Amsterdam, Larry Matthews, and Mary Tyler Moore.
I'm up. Good morning, Tarzan.
Morning, Cheetah. You stay here all night or something?
No, I woke up this morning. My wife was baking biscuits, so I ran out of the house like a thief.
Well, you ran out of the house.
The only thing I can't stand in the morning is my wife's blueberry cement biscuits. Hey, what'd you guys do last night?
Oh, we took Sally out to dinner last night. Guess who we ran into?
A waiter with a bag of soup.
That's pretty close, all right. Do you remember Freddie White?
That deadbeat? What's he doing now?
Still playing cockamamie little nightclubs around the country.
Boy, that's all he deserves. He's the worst. That guy. You know, I wrote some songs for him a couple of years ago. Never paid me. He sees you. He runs across the street.
That's right. He stuck me, too. I wrote a monologue for him once. I never got a nickel.
What was he doing last night? Trying to finagle you into writing him a new act?
No, all he got from me was dessert, a cup of coffee, 2 drinks. However, he did make a big play for our gal Sal.
Came on strong?
Oh, boy, he was whispering so many compliments in her ear, I thought her earrings were going to melt.
Boy, I bet Sal took him apart.
No, she didn't, but I think she's going to take me apart.
Why?
Because Laura and I let Freddie take her home. I bet she's still steaming.
You think she's sore?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Sal.
Oh, you didn't have to sit down for me. Oh, Rob, I love you.
It's obvious that you've forgiven me
Forgive you for what?
for not taking you home last night.
Rob, I want to thank you for introducing me to the sweetest, most honest guy I've ever met.
I thought you told me you introduced her to Freddie White.
I did.
You mean you like that guy?
Liked him. Listen, he's replacing Herman Glimshire as my #1 fella.
Come on, you're joshing.
I'm going to give Herman back to his mother. I've always felt a little guilty about breaking up that secret.
Sally, you can't be serious.
Oh, Rob, listen, on the contrary, I'm very serious. In fact, Freddie and I are going to be driving up around your way tonight. Would you like us to drop in for coffee?
Why, coffee? Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Well, don't be so enthused.
Well, I'm not sure whether you're ribbing me right now like I thought you were ribbing Freddie White last night.
Ribbon Freddie, are you kidding? Listen, Rob, he hadn't eaten out of his hand, and it was delicious. Come on, fellas, what do you say? We get to work so I can get home early. I got to do a little extra beautifying for my new fella.
Your new fella?
Yeah, if I play my cards right, that boy is going to be the future Mr. Sally Rogers.
The nap on the carpet.
You know, I don't understand it. Isn't Sally smart enough to see what kind of a guy Freddie White is?
Maybe he's changed.
Guys like that only change for the worse.
You think he's romancing her just so he can use her?
Yes, I do. And if we don't stop it, he's going to get Sal to write him an act for nothing, and then he's going to drop her. I know exactly what kind of a guy he is.
Rob, you're not thinking of trying to break it up, are you?
Yeah, I am. I'm the guy that put them together. I'm the guy that better put them asunder. I've got to do something to convince Sally that guy's as phony as a 3-legged duck.
Rob, don't you see that the harder you try to show him up as a phony and the more you point out his faults, the more she'll love him and fight to prove you're wrong?
Where'd you get that little piece of philosophy?
Darling, I know. I'm a woman. Every time anyone points out your faults and your shortcomings, I defend you and I love you just that much more.
I know, honey. What faults? Shortcomings you talking?
No,
You talking
darling,
to Jerry
I'm
or
just
something?
generalizing. You know what I mean.
There they are.
All right, now, will you remember, please, you're Sally's friend, not her father?
I'll try and remember, but I won't try. Hi, Sal.
Hi, Sally.
Hi, Fred. Hey, Sal, what's a good joke?
Do you know what this nut did? There was some mud outside, so he spread his coat and told me to walk on it.
Why not? Walter Raleigh did it and became immortal.
I know, but he did it for a queen.
And what do you think you are, Your Majesty? Chopped chicken liver?
Why don't you all sit down?
Yeah, sit down, Sal.
Oh, thanks, Rob.
Well, where'd you two have dinner?
At the Plush Pheasant.
The plush pheasant, that's kind of classy, isn't it?
I hope they kiss a rhino. know what it cost for dinner for two? $41, not including the tip.
Ah, what'd you tell him for?
Why not? Listen, I've never met a girl before that took me to such expensive
Sal, you mean to tell me you paid for the dinner?
No, only for what I ate.
It's only fair, Rob. I had chicken. She had the pheasant.
Yeah, but he was a real gent. He paid for the tip, the hat check, and the parking, and he gave me back the change.
That's me, second-rate comedian with stars class.
Oh, now cut that out, Freddie. You're not a second-rate comedian. You've only got second-rate material. Hey, you know what you need?
Yeah, I know what I need. I need a new first-rate act, and I might just get one real soon.
From whom, Fred?
I figure if I kind of be nice to this lovely blonde girl, she might write me an act real cheap.
Listen, you keep kissing me like that, I'll write you a new act for free.
2 more dates like tonight, and Rob may lose his prettiest comedy writer for life.
Hey, does that sound like a murder threat, or did I just hear a marriage proposal?
I don't know. I think either way you're dead.
Laura, what do you think? Did that sound like a marriage proposal?
Well, I think you ought to discuss that with Fred.
Ah, he just laughed.
Oh, yeah? You just try me on the way home, Mommy.
Honey, why don't you run and fix some coffee?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Good idea. Sal, why don't you give her a hand there? Sal, why don't you help, Sally?
Oh, yeah.
Help Laura with the coffee.
Yeah, sure. I'll go fix the sugar and the creamer, and I'll go slice some cake.
Can you sew buttons, too?
Like Betsy Ross.
Show me.
You know you're a nut.
Yeah, you really got little Sally going there, haven't you?
Yeah, she's infatuated with the old master.
What does the old master think of her?
Oh, nice girl. Good figure. Good teeth. Good legs. I got plans for her.
What are you going to do, put her in a horse race?
I tell you, a comic like me and a writer like Sally, together we can go right to the top of the heap.
Yeah, I see. Fred, I know you're going to tell me this is none of my business, but I got to ask you something.
Yeah, I know. You want to know if I love Sally.
That's right, do you?
I'm going to marry her if I can.
Well, isn't that a little drastic, marrying somebody just to get some material? Why don't you ask her to write you an act instead?
Rob, it's not the same. You see, if she's married to me, she'll write material forever. Then all I have to bear is a little love, compliments, and some attention. I think it's a great arrangement, right?
I think it stinks.
I'm certainly glad that you're not Sally's father. You wouldn't spring for a good church wedding, would you?
I'll go in there and tell Sally this right now.
You won't. And if you did, it wouldn't do any good anyway, because she's got stars in her eyes. And I put them there.
You know something, Freddie? You are not a very nice man.
You know, Rob, your porch lights are on. Not everybody notices it right away.
Rob, are you just going to lie there and let her be hurt by that man?
What do you want me to do? Go to bed.
Why don't you talk to her, Rob, and tell her what he told you tonight?
I told him I was going to tell her. It didn't faze him. He said she wouldn't even believe me.
Do you know she's in love with him?
Did she say that to you in those words?
Right in our kitchen.
Oh, boy. Well, maybe she's, just infatuated.
Well, in that case, it'll make it that much easier for you to tell her.
Honey, look, why don't you talk to Sally? You're both the same sex.
Well, so are you.
A what?
So are you and Fred. Besides, it'll be much more convincing coming from a man.
Yeah, I suppose so. Oh, I wish you would just marry Herman Glimcher and settle down.
Of course, you could just resist introducing her to charming Rat Finks.
Oh, I will. You watch your language. Will you go to bed? Oh. And Laura's trying to make me believe it's my fault that Sally and that Fink White got together simply because I was the guy who introduced them.
Well, Laura's right. I'll always hold a special place in my heart for the guy who introduced me to pickles. Every time I get heartburn, I think of him.
Well, I don't want Sally to think that way about me.
Well,
You really think the guy will marry her just to get an act for free?
He said that to me in those words, just as calmly as if he were ordering a shrimp cocktail.
Boy, that's a new one. An honest louse.
And that's the worst kind.
Hey, maybe we better tell Sal before she starts emptying out her hope chest.
I intend to, just when the proper moment comes.
Hi, fellas. I'm sorry I'm late. I was at the beauty shop.
Oh, didn't get waited on, right?
You better be nice to me. I may not be around here too much longer.
Oh?
Look what Freddie gave me.
A manicure?
Wrong hand. Look.
Freddie gave you a cigar band?
Yeah, maybe he wants to smoke your finger.
You know what he said to me when he gave this to me? He said, Mummy, I'm going to replace that paper band with something a little more durable.
A peach pit ring.
No, real one. Hey, Rob, buddy, we're getting married. Well, aren't you going to say congratulations or something like that?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Sal.
Well, don't jump up and down for joy.
Sally, sit down. There's a few things I want to say to you.
Well, if you're going to tell me about the birds and bees, I know.
About Freddie White.
You mean about how he owes you money?
Not only that.
About your conversation last night?
He told you?
Every word.
Well, Sal, don't you see the reason he's going to marry you?
Well, do you mean, did he tell me that he intended to use me as his head writer of free comedy material? Yeah, he told me. And he said you'd probably tell me if he didn't.
Well, I'll be. Sally, don't you see what he's trying to do?
Well, I think he's being painfully honest.
Sally, I don't know quite how to say this, but Freddie White is not a very nice man.
No, Rob, wait a minute. Wasn't a very nice man. Now, you know what they say about the love of a good woman.
Yeah, it keeps you from bowling on Thursday night.
Look, fellas, Freddie's a very gifted man, and I know I can help him. And let's face it, I know he can help me, so don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
Oh, I hope so. Well, all I can say, Sal, is I wish you great happiness and lots of luck.
Yeah, lots of luck.
Thanks, Rob. You too, buddy.
Well, when you think you'll be leaving us, Sal?
Well, that's kind of like up to Fred, you know.
Hi, fellas. Mommy. Did she tell you the news?
Yeah, she told us.
Exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, very.
Makes me all goosey pimply.
I know how you guys feel, but don't feel bad. You're not losing a collaborator. You're only gaining a new star. What a thrill. Listen, Rob, can I borrow my girl for about an hour?
For what?
For what? Baby, I found an engagement ring for you that's you.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I want you to be the first one to see it. After all, you're paying for it.
Wait a minute, Sal. You mean you're going to buy your own engagement ring?
Why not? She's going to wear it.
He's only kidding.
Listen, while we're gone, you can discuss a nice engagement gift for us.
Yeah.
Sure.
Why don't we write you a new act so she can have a nice honeymoon?
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Discuss it, will you? Come on, Mommy, let's go.
Yeah, but listen, also talk about silverware and salad bowls, things like that there, you know.
Don't forget, it's for salad. So money should be no object.
Yuck.
Yeah, boy, he is lovable.
Buddy, you know something? You're a genius.
What?
I said you're a genius.
Has my mother been blabbing again?
No, you were kidding when you said we'd write Freddie a new act, but that's just what you and I are going to do.
Oh, come on.
We're going to write Freddie White the best act he's ever had.
I wouldn't write that guy a get-well card.
Hey, didn't you notice when you said you'd write him a new act, those beady little eyes lit up?
Who wants to light up his beady little eyes?
Buddy, I've got a hunch that if you and I write him a really great act, Freddie White is liable to lose interest in his mommy.
You really think so?
Sure. And the worst thing that can happen is that we're proven wrong. What do you say?
Yeah, and if we're wrong, it means he really cares for Sally.
That's right.
Gee, what a great idea I had.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, many times when a person comes out on stage, people in the audience sometimes say to themselves, gee, I wonder where he comes from. After all, not everyone can come from Westchester. I come from a little town called South Mokelumne Falls, which is in Mahanoy County, Pennsylvania, and it's exactly 6 miles north of Plunketville. Another strange little town. And this is where I spent my youth. Now, to more or less reminisce about my youth, I was a little too young for a dog, a little too old for a giraffe. So I had to settle for an ordinary housefly. And every day when I went to school, Horace the fly would follow me to school, land on my desk, and show me his exercises. There was a neighbor that lived a couple of doors away that used to raise rare birds, the Umac bird. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the Umac bird, the Umac bird happens to be one of the rarest species of birds on the face of the earth today. And they also happen to be very passionate birds. Do you know that every night at 9:30 o'clock, when the moon is at its very lowest, you can find this bird flying from branch to branch, search for her mate. Is that you, Mac? Today I walked into a drugstore. Now, walking into a drugstore nowadays is not quite like it was years ago. For you will notice that invariably in a drugstore, they have a section set up for alarm clocks, ranging from $3.95 to $39.95. However, years ago, we never needed alarm clocks to wake us up. Because there was an old man that lived next door who was 50 years old and had a 75-year-old cold. And every morning he'd clear out his sinuses. I love her. You see, this woke up our neighborhood. Now, that was usually a definite cue for the neighbor next door to commence with his daily chores. Mandina look. We had a little construction problem in those days, too, just as we have today. Today, there are two types of highways in the United States. Inadequate and under construction. But it would be unkind and unfair to make you think I had no love. For I met my first real love when I was just 8 years old. Her name was Olivia. She was tall, beautiful, gorgeous, elegant, shapely. She was an ostrich.
First rate, absolutely first rate.
Don't congratulate me. Congratulate Mutt and Jeff. They wrote it.
Fred, how'd you like to do that act on the Alan Brady show next week?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
Of course not. At least not until I've made as much as I can out of it working nightclubs and theaters throughout the country. After all, why should I blow it all on one television show?
Yeah, that makes sense, Mel.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me, not at
I
all.
think it makes sense, Mel. After all, he can play our show after he's toured the world with it. Pretty nice engagement gift, huh, Freddie?
What are you guys kidding? This is too good for an engagement gift.
What do you mean, Fred?
Well, do you realize I could do a world tour with this material?
So?
So engagement gift is out.
What?
Mommy. Mommy. A wedding gift.
A wedding gift?
Well, you two certainly broke up that romance.
Come on, honey, just put that over there, would you,
Oh,
please?
sure, Mommy.
Good. I won't be too long.
Take your time. Hey, you know, Mommy?
What?
You know what you remind me of?
What?
A schoolgirl emptying her desk at the end of the year.
You know, I feel like one. You know, there'll probably be lots of times when I'll miss those two nuts in this old schoolroom. Rob doing his push-ups. Buddy sleeping on the couch. Come on, let's get out of here before they come back. You know, we did the goodbye bit to death last night.
Hey, wait a minute, Mommy. What's with that? Something wrong with you?
No, what?
You're not going to miss writing, are you?
Well, I'll be writing for you, won't I?
You better believe it, Mommy.
Who are you laughing at?
What am I laughing at? You know, I know a couple of guys that thought that when I got a good act, that I wouldn't need you, that I wouldn't marry you. I sure proved them wrong, didn't I?
Did you?
Sally, don't you know by marrying you, I have an opportunity to make half a show business eat their words?
What do you mean?
I finally get a chance to get rid of the billing Freddie the Welsher. This is my opportunity to prove to those characters that I've changed, that I do honor contracts, debts, verbal commitments, handshakes, and all that jazz. Like a guy with finesse should. Don't you see, Mommy? The day that I marry you, I make dingbats out of half a show business, for crying out loud.
Yeah, for crying out loud.
What are you doing, Sally?
Freddie, I think it'd be best all the way around we call this thing off, huh?
The marriage?
Yeah.
You want to call off the wedding?
Yeah, I want to call off the wedding. What do you say, Freddie, huh?
No, I'm not going to call it off. What do you think of that?
You're not going to call it off?
No. Mom. Do you think that I'm going to have those Broadway columnists call me a Welcher again? We're getting married. That's final.
Freddie, I got a great idea. What do you think of this? Suppose we postpone it.
Postpone it?
Yeah, you go on tour, and then when you come back, you know, we'll pick up where we left off. You know, we'll just go right on.
Yeah, that's a terrific idea.
Good idea,
We
huh?
postpone it, I go away on tour, and then when I come back, we get back together again.
Good.
Beautiful.
And to show my intentions are honest, I'll keep your ring, okay?
Okay, yeah. Oh, Mommy, I'll write to you every day.
Oh, yeah, and I'll answer you every day.
Oh, you're one in a million.
Yeah, those are my usual odds, yeah.
To wear that ring.
Oh, till my whole arm turns green.
Yeah.
I got it.
Oh, I love you. What a girl.
Already told you, huh?
We're sorry, Sal.
Hey, Sal, I want you to know that writing the act for that guy was my idea.
No, it wasn't, Sal. I thought maybe it
I never thought you fellas were that way.
What do you mean?
Credit grabbers. Look, I don't care whose idea it worked, and I thank you both very, very much.
You mean you're not upset?
Oh, yeah, but quite happy about the results. Believe me. That's all, fellas.
Where are you going?
Home?
When are you coming back here?
Well, let's see. It'll take me about 15 minutes to change and unpack and 15 minutes for traveling. I should be back in about 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah, I figure I'm good for at least a 2-hour cry. See you. Good morning, gentlemen.
Oh, hi, Sal.
Ah, you didn't have to stand up for me.
I was standing up. I was straightening my girdle.
What are you so happy about, anyway?
I got a present for you.
What?
This is for you,
Hey, money.
and that's for you.
Hey, what's this for?
For writing Fred White's act?
You mean he sent us some money?
Nope.
Then where'd it come from?
Well, I took back his engagement ring and got the money. I thought it was high time he started paying writers.
Hey, Rob, you know any more cheap comics you can introduce her to?
Don't do me any favors.
Why, buddy?
Well, look, Sal, if it's not too much wear and tear on your heart, we can make a lot of extra money this way. You